Maritime Made on Eastlink TV is presented in partnership with Nova Scotia Business Inc., Nova Scotia's business development agency.
Folk art is a whimsical style of art that can be both fun and colorful. And you won't find much more fun than at Malpeque Fine Iron Products in Summerside, PEI. Artist Eric Schumann uses metal as both his canvas and his brush. And along with his partner Diane, creates a huge variety of unique handmade metal sculptures that they sell to clients around the world. When you visit the shop, the first thing you may notice is the huge variety of scrap metals scattered around the property. Not only is the scrap used in all of Eric's work, but it also provides plenty of inspiration. The artist's inspiration starts with finding the right pieces for the project at hand. Reusable items are found at farm auctions and antique sales. Items like old doorknobs or wrenches are turned into functional garden art. The piece Eric is making today starts with repurposed garden tools, propane tanks, washers, and golf clubs, and will eventually represent a stately bird. First, the parts that will become the legs are measured. A chop saw is then used to cut the piece to the desired length. These pieces will become the legs, feet, and toes. The legs are then shaped in the bender. The artist works to create the right flow in the metal that represents the natural movement of the bird's leg. The head of the golf club is then cut and will later become the head of the bird. Each piece is selected to add to the character of the finished piece. An old garden rake is cut for the feathers of the head. It's already the perfect shape. Any rough edges are ground out until smooth. Once all the pieces are cut, the toes are welded to the legs. The handles are removed from two old garden trowels. These will become the wings. Once all the pieces are cut and ready to be assembled, they move to the sand blaster. Sand blasting removes all the old rust, paint, and mill scale from the raw material, so that the final finishing paint adheres better. Once sandblasted, it's time to assemble the pieces. Using a MIG welder, the artist attaches each piece to create the shape of the bird. First, the legs are attached to the feet. Then the body is welded into place. Next, the neck is added. The golf club becomes the face, and the washers are added for the eyes. The feathers are added to the head. Followed by the tail. And it wouldn't be a bird without wings. Before attaching them, the artist shapes them to his liking. They are then welded onto the body. The art piece heads back into the sandblaster for finishing touches. Next, the piece is primed, taking care to get perfect coverage to ensure the quality of the final art piece. After drying, each piece is painted in a unique color combination using colored spray paint. Often, Eric will find inspiration in a single piece of scrap metal. In this case, an old file used for filing horse hooves. First, Eric lights the forge. The forge heats up to approximately 1,000 degrees. The artisan then begins to heat the metal, then starts slowly shaping the metal using a hammer and anvil. The process of heating and sculpting the metal takes hours, depending upon the piece being made. Each time the metal is removed from the heat, it's hot enough to shape. While it's being worked, it cools and needs to be heated again. Then worked again, gradually transforming the piece. A power hammer helps with some of the heavy shaping work. Gradually, after much heating and shaping, the form begins to emerge. Carefully fine-tuning and coaxing the metal into the shape he envisions, a simple file transforms into a striking piece of art.
Maritime Made is presented by Nova Scotia Business Inc. because great things are happening.